Did he hit us with another read before we move on?
Yeah, guys, when you're hiring for your small business and you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role, you got to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to help you find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just a job board. LinkedIn helps you hire professionals you can't find anywhere else, even those who aren't actively searching for a new job, who might be open to the perfect role. In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So you're not looking on LinkedIn, you're looking in the wrong place. On LinkedIn, 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours, so you got to hire professionals like a professional over on LinkedIn. You can post your job for free at linkedin.com/LockedOnNFL. That's linkedin.com/LockedOnNFL to post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply.
I'm showing Tyvis and Mike pictures from me in college, which is the only time in my life I was really drinking.
Looked a lot different. Let's just put it that way.
I looked a lot different?
Yeah.
Well, this picture, I could, I don't know how much you can get a close-up on it, but here's when I dyed my hair blonde briefly. It was terrible. See that? There you go. That's me.
Look at Bull.
I was like 28, 29 right there.
You got to play with your
That was the girl who cut my hair. The only reason I dyed it blonde is because she said she said to me that she thought I'd look good with blonde hair, and I wanted to hook up with her, and it didn't work. I didn't hook up with her.
Tough look.
And I got the blonde hair for nothing. I got no action from it. Very disappointing. All right, what are we getting into? The Cavs. Let's get into the Cavs here, guys.
Spend a few minutes on the Cavs.
So we haven't talked much about the Cavs lately. And when you look at the Eastern Conference, if you were a coach or a general manager, and you were taking which of the teams in the East, where would you rank the Cavs in terms of the East as to where you'd want to take them? If this is fantasy, basketball, and you get to own one team for the next 5 years, whatever, where would you rank the Cavs? Would you take them before the Knicks? Would you take them before the Heat? Would you take them before the Sixers? What do you think?
Go. You want
Can
to
I start on this one?
Go
and then I
ahead.
want to let you guys
Go
start.
ahead.
You are a
I think-
basketball expert.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I kind of looked at this in a big picture way. Boston's number one. I don't think there's any argument in this. Boston's number one. Tatum, Brown, still in the primes of their career. They have their entire championship roster coming back.
Yeah.
Great coach, great general manager. They're in one. I don't think there's any argument.
This is where you get into.
And then I think you can make a case for a bunch of different teams.
Yeah.
You look at Milwaukee,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying they're two. I'm just going to make real quick the case.
Yeah.
You have Doc. Giannis is getting a little older.
Hey.
How will his
How
body
old
hold
is
up?
he?
Believe he's 29 or 30
But wouldn't you still rather have him over any of the other best players on the other teams?
right now, but it's a 5-year project. Dame Lillard's not around in 5 years.
No.
So neither is Chris Middleton or Brooke Lopez.
Okay.
So you have kind of Giannis
Chris
and Doc
Middleton,
Rivers.
though?
Yeah.
Is he
And I
really?
think he's 31.
Well, what
And
are
he's
the
still on
Sixers
injuries.
going to have in 5 years?
Tyrese Maxey. So I actually have those two below the Cavs because I just don't love the infrastructure outside of their top players.
Yeah, but isn't the most important player the superstar?
But if we're going off a 5-year window
I just
here,
think-
I do trust Embiid to be healthy for 5 years.
But Giannis, no, not Philly. Fine, I'm with you on Philly. But Giannis is so good
Fair.
that I feel like, well, if those guys are all gone, they're going to, and maybe they'll get it wrong who they replace him with.
Giannis has played 0 postseason games the last 2 years. His body's broken down. I'm not saying it's.
All right,
listen,
that's
I
fair.
love Giannis. I'm not saying he's.
know?
I'm just. I think it's
Donovan
valid
Mitchell
to at
got
least
hurt
ask
this year in the
concerns.
postseason.
So I would have them below. It came down to the Knicks or Cavs for 2 to me.
Yeah.
And when you look at them, Mitchell and Brunson are the exact same age. They're literally born 2 weeks apart. They're both 27. I like Mitchell a little better than Brunson. Brunson's played better head-to-head against Mitchell the last 2 years.
And Brunson's played better in the playoffs.
He's had more postseason
Yeah.
success in general. I think it's a general wash, though. If you wanted
Okay.
to tell me you were Team Brunson,
Yeah.
I'd push back
They
a little bit.
They the
but
same.
I prefer Mitchell. I'm not going to destroy anyone who says
They
Brunson.
have better
They have
other
a-
players.
You look at the next 2 guys.
Yeah.
For the Cavs, it's DG and Mobley. For the Knicks, it's Bridges and Anunoby. I think the highest ceiling out of any of those 4 players is Mobley. If they were to reach their full potential, Mobley is the highest ceiling.
Sick of hearing about his ceiling.
And DG has the lowest.
Yeah.
So you have 1 and 4 versus 2 and 3. The Cavs have a ton of unknowns. What is Atkinson going to do? Tibbs clearly has the coaching advantage in this scenario. What is Atkinson going to do? Can you play the 2 bigs together? Can Mobley reach that ceiling that we think he has? Can DG regain his form? Can Donovan lead a team by himself, or not by himself, but as the main guy for the playoff run? And then I thought, this is a 5-year project, right? This is a 5-year window. Who plays their starters more minutes during the regular season than anyone else in the history of the NBA?
The Knicks.
Tom Thibodeau. And guys like Mitchell
Yeah.
Robinson and OG Anunoby have legitimate injury histories.
But so do
And
all the
Brunson,
Cavs players.
Not to the extent of OG Anunoby's played over 60 games
I
once.
don't know, Mike. I think
So
you're living
actually,
in
you
La
know
La
what?
Land right now.
I actually took the Cavs at number 2 by the slightest of margins because I don't trust over a 5-year window the other pieces of the Knicks to withstand the Thibodeau abuse.
Mike is generally very level-headed, but when it comes to the Cavs, I feel like you're a little like Earl when it comes to the Deshaun Watson right now.
Let me ask you, what exactly are the question?
Which
Yeah.
team in the East would you rather most want to be for the next 5 years?
I don't even care about years 4 or 5 because the teams are going to be so different. To me, in my mind,
Well,
I'm only
if
thinking
it's
about.
a 2-year thing, I'm taking the Knicks.
Right,
But I'm
but-
saying 5 years.
Yeah,
we're
but you
looking
don't
big
know what the
picture.
team's going to be.
Well, I'm just answering the question.
Which team
I'm
would
answering
I
the question.
want?
I would have the Cavs 4th behind the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Bucks.
Celtics is number 1, right? No one would
Yeah,
argue.
no doubt.
Celtics would argue.
Which team would I want to be for the next 5
If you were
years?
buying stock in for the,
The
next
the
5
Knicks
years.
also something that one of the things you ignored.
See, the thing about the Cavs is,
Go ahead.
so the Celtics and the Bucks have won championships. So they have that on their roster where it's like they've done it so you know they can do it again. And their rosters look very good. Even if it's not for 5 years, maybe for the next 2 or 3 years. They still, in that window,
I
the
changed my
Celtics and Bucks, one of those two should win a ring in the next two or 3
If the
years.
question is 2 or 3, I'm changing my answer.
I'm just saying.
I don't
With
think
the-
you could give all 5 years equal weight when years 4 and 5, the teams, you don't know what they're going to be.
Well, from the Cavs, you hope that's Mobley at his peak and Darius. The
Yeah,
Cavs
but
core is
what
all
if his
younger.
peak is already there?
Well, that's a
Yeah.
speculation question. That's why for the next
2
5 years
things you
we're
ignored
projecting.
in the Knicks comparison. 1, Thibodeau's a proven excellent coach.
Yes.
2, the Knicks players 4 through 8 are way better than the Cavs, aren't they?
Oh, 4, I don't know, but 5 through 8 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like they got all these like
Okay, for sure.
flexible wing players, and the Cavs don't have any of those guys.
Yeah.
So I
I think I would put the Cavs probably 4th as well.
You put it behind Milwaukee too.
Yeah.
and the Knicks.
Yeah, you're
what's wrong
the
with
Giannis
you?
guy.
What about Indiana? What about
What?
Orlando?
I just watched him do it with nobody. Why
I
would
thought
he
about
not?
Orlando.
It doesn't matter who was on
Because
this
he
team.
might have nobody again.
He did it before.
They had Drew Holiday.
Yeah, you right, but
And
yeah.
Chris Middleton 3 years ago. And Brooke Lopez 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Which are running mates now minus
All right,
Drew
well,
Holiday.
what have they done this offseason? Milwaukee made any upgrades?
They got Gary Trent Jr. Bunch of Malik. No, they didn't get Malik. They lost Malik Beasley. Bunch of guys on the absolute fringe. Torian Prince.
Who are you talking about? The Bucks?
Bucks, yeah. Gary Trent Jr., Torian Prince.
Where are you on the Magic in 5?
I like the Magic. I just don't think any of their guys can shoot.
They got the Silver dude who you like.
Yeah, but I don't think he's like a dead eye. You're running the screens off him. He's more a connector.
He gonna have
I
to
like
be
their,
for them.
I just think
Yeah.
when I was looking at this, and once again, I'm splitting hairs between the Knicks and the Cavs. Like, to me, that really is pick your poison. If it was 2-3 years, I'd take the Knicks. 5 years, I'd take the Cavs. Milwaukee more than anything, outside of Giannis in 5 years, like that roster is starting from scratch.
But what if they get it right? What if they get it wrong? Okay, yeah.
They
still have
Giannis is better
the
than
floor
yes.
is there because they still have Giannis. But now, what if he completely falls apart physically? Yeah, you're